So this was the first card, recessed card, that I've made. And I don't know if you can see it on, right now, but it's very cool in person. It's got a little bit of texture here from the woodland texture embossing folder. And again, there's that pretty paper pack from the wood textures. So real simple. So let's put this together. So again, I'm going to start with the base of Very Vanilla. I have a scrap, not a scrap, but it's a strip from the Designer Series paper. I have 2 strips of Early Espresso. One is 1 inch and one is 2 inches. Again, all the sizes are going to be on those project sheets. And what I did with these, excuse me, sorry about that. My husband said I should have had some honey before I came on, because that's what the professional people do. But anyway, just bear with me. So anyways, I took these strips and I positioned them where I wanted them to be, where I thought they would get the most texture, and I just ran it through my Big Shot, and I came up with these 2 pieces. And then I have 2 strips of Very Vanilla. I've already attached one to this piece, and I'm going to show you how I did the other one. And so see, that's going to give us this pretty little edge right there. So this one's done, so I didn't have to take up too much time. And this one, I'm just going to snail it, and I'm going to attach it so there's a very fine border. So let's do that. So I took my snail, or you could also use the Tombow glue. And then I actually brought in, you don't have to do this, you can probably eyeball it well enough. I brought in a little punch, and I kind of put this piece up there like that. It kind of held it in place for me. And then I kind of looked, and I just laid it down. Of course, you can just eyeball it, but I wanted just a fine little edge. Let's see if I can straighten that up just a little bit. Okay, so that's what I did. So then, on the back side, I used some foam adhesive strips, which come like this in the package. You could also use your dimensionals, and you just have to put some on the back, and that's going to pop this up. So let's see here. So see how that strip comes off like that. I'm going to put one on each of the long ends. So it's double sticky. It's sticky on both sides. So I got that one there. And just pulls right off like that. And just put this on the other edge. Okay. So then I'm going to bring in my card base again. And this piece here we're going to lay down first, and I'm going to lay this about 3/4 of an inch over from the fold, and I'm going to snail that down. See, we got some new people. Great. Yay, yay. Love new people. Love new stampers. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down. So this is 5.5 inches, and all of these strips are also 5.5 inches. So they're going to match the top and the bottom of this cut piece. So again, I'm going to lay it down about 3/4 of an inch or so. Then I'm going to take the back off of each of these Early Espresso strips and lay those down. So this one's going to meet right up at that fold. Could do that again. I can butt this right up there, except for I touched it. So I'm just going to start at the bottom. There you go. Then I'm going to bring this piece in. Take off the backing. And then we're going to line this up this edge over here. Okay, and then I need to put my sentiment on. Let's see here. So I want to do happy birthday. So this is like a 1/2 inch piece. Let me show you. Whenever you cut your paper, it seems like you always end up with all these strips, you know, and like, what are you going to do with them? Well, I always save them because they're great for sentiments. So I have like a 1/2 inch piece here, little 1/4 inch pieces, and that's what I use to stamp my sentiments. So I stamped this ahead of time. This is 2 inches, and so is this little strip. I stamped it with happy birthday, and I used the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. Now I know you've seen me use this before. This is one of the first stamp sets I ever bought. I love this stamp set. Unfortunately, tomorrow's the last day of the old catalog and this will be gone, but Teeny Tiny Wishes will turn into Itty Bitty Sentiments or something like that. So it's a great set. It's got a few different ones, few different words, but it's little teeny tiny or itty bitty sentiments. So if you don't have this one and you don't make a purchase by tomorrow at my online store, make sure you get the Itty Bitty Wishes. I'm not sure if it's Wishes, but Itty Bitty stamp set in the new catalog, because you will love it. It's great for every single occasion. And you can also cut these words up, like I like to do that. You know, you can just put happy day, things like that. So that's a really good investment. Okay, so let's put this one on. And I just snailed it down. Look at, I have a test there. Snailed it down. And this card is almost done. So that fits perfectly on that little brown early espresso strip. So there you go. Card 2 is done. And you can't tell, I don't think, you know, from looking at it on Facebook Live, but it's very cool. It's just the way it's kind of just got a little extra something to it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I hope you like that one.